The assassin. Coach Thorton. Throw down, baby. 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 Throw down, baby.
Get rugged, cut, scarred like a G. Try to test the hands, but no assassinating peak. You sucker, no common fighter on a quest. Forget your game plan, girls, you must be obsessed. Miracle in the one that kicking is a trade. You got done right, girl, stay out of her way. Taking on challengers, 1, 2s, and 3s. Test a knuckle game, you catching Z's.
All right. LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison of LDBCSports.com. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. And I don't even know if you can believe that I got you on the show because I don't even know if you believe that I believe that you know who. I think I know who you are. Nah, I'm just kidding. I got you on the show. I can't believe this. I'm actually talking to Jamie, the pretty assassin Thornton, y'all. I'm nervous and I'm excited about this at the same time. I am. Jamie, how you doing this Sunday?
I'm doing all right. Just got done training earlier this morning and doing homework with my kids, so now I'm just relaxing.
So you beating people up. You're a wife, and then you're a mom. Okay. Now, what kind of homework were you helping the kids with?
Oh, my daughter had a crossword, not a crossword, but a word search that she had to do of all of the states.
Okay, Mom. Okay, well, I mean, you've been around a whole lot of these states, so I know you can help her with that. I know you can.
Yes, it was easy.
So I got to know. I got to know this. How did you get the name the Pretty Assassin?
The name, it came from my husband. He used to fight, and his name was Army Assassin. So I was like, well, if I ever start fighting, maybe we'll call me Pretty Assassin. We were just playing around with it. And then one day I took an amateur fight, and we put that name because we couldn't think of anything else.
Okay. So now let me get this. Is your husband your coach, or do you guys just train together?
Oh, he's my coach. He's my coach, my trainer, my manager, my dietitian, my sparring partner. He's everything.
Wow. Well, you know what? He does a good job because you seem to always make these weights, but I got to ask you. I saw your husband do a dance. I mean, he was doing something. It was crazy. Okay, where did he get this dance from? Did you help him with that?
Are you talking about my amateur fight?
Yeah, he came in and he started doing this right here. I was like,
I don't
what?
know where he got that from. He's a very comical guy.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, he was happy though. He was so happy that you won that fight. He was excited. He was more excited than you were.
Well, we were both shocked because we didn't know what was going to happen. I don't have any background in fighting at all. You know, everybody has been training or used to do jiu-jitsu, judo. They have backgrounds in wrestling and things like that. I think I was 31 when I decided to try it. And it was from nothing, from just watching him and then learning how to hold mitts for him and taking little classes here and there. And then I was finally like, well, let's try it. So neither one of us knew what was going to happen in that fight.
Okay, so you started when you was 31, so you're 33 right now, right?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So you've done everything that you've done with 2 years experience of mixed martial arts training.
Yes and no, because I don't have a full 2 years because 1 year we took off of doing nothing because he was over in Korea. And so last year when he got back and then we moved to Fort Irwin, California, well, I guess I was 30 during the amateur fight. But now, and then we took a year off and we decided to, we would look for an amateur fight, but we couldn't find an amateur fight, and a promotion contacted us. It was KOTC, King of the Cage contacted us for a debut girl. And we were like, cool. You know, I think it was with the weight, it was actually like an atom weight fight.
Yeah.
So we did a catch weight at 119, and that was my first pro fight.
a catch weight at 119, and of course,
Hmm.
you made the weight.
Yes, in a week's notice too, because that was a last minute fight.
Whoa. You know what?
Yeah.
And speaking of fights, look, you had 3 fights in 2016. You had 4 fights this year. Okay, you've had 7 fights in 2 years. That's a lot of fights, for a person. I mean that so is the wear and tear on your body extreme?
No, it's not. No. If you staying in shape and you staying moving, and when you get in the fight, you staying safe. I don't take a lot of damage. So it's easy for me to get back in there. The worst damage I got from a fight was when I fought KGB. My shin was hurt. It was split open from a kick. So that's the worst thing that's ever happened to me, where I actually had to recover from something.
Now, Jamie, I watched that fight, and I'm gonna be honest, you were actually doing well. The beginning of the fight, because you was disrupting her offense. You had a nice jab. Like, you was
Thank
sticking that
you.
jab, you was popping, you was moving, and then
Hmm.
it's almost like, okay, I felt like your cardio kind of betrayed you because of the 2 week training notice. And I mean, how many
Yeah.
fights have you had with like short term notice fights?
Um, all of my fights are short term. Um, all of them except for one, and I was on California Fight League. It's out here in Victorville, California. That was the only fight where I actually had a training camp. All the other fights were last minute.
I'm gonna tell you, I would actually love to see what you would do with a full camp, because you were winning the Mazo fight. Like, I actually had you winning that fight before the stoppage, and then you were doing good against KGB Lee. You was actually popping a jab, and you were disrupting the offense. And I'm like, this woman can fight. Like, there's a lot there, and people would say, well, but she's losing. But
Hmm.
that doesn't matter. It's what you do well. Your
Yes.
jab, you had leg kicks, your double leg takedown. I'm looking at all this stuff, and this is from a person who's been training for a little under 2 years.
Hmm.
That's extraordinary. So you hadn't even hit your peak yet.
No, I haven't. I know my husband keeps on telling me that one day it's just gonna click, and then you're gonna understand everything. Because I'm still learning, and it's a lot for me to learn. I gotta learn so much in so little time. Because now I've had so many fights and stuff. They starting to push me in as a veteran, So it's like I gotta learn a lot of stuff. I don't get called for any easy fights. I never get an easy fight, you know.
No, because 15 people ducked Andrea KGB Lee, but you said yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I mean,
You
15
know,
people. This woman is feared. Like, they don't even want to face her, but you said, let's go. Let's go.
if they scared of somebody, they probably don't need to be fighting.
Nah, I mean, hey, I'm gonna have to agree with you 100%. I'm gonna agree with you 1,000% on that. Um, you know, but what people really don't know about you though? They see, people didn't really know that you don't have a lot of experience, but you taking these short notice fights, and you're going in there and you're putting up against a good fight. Like, they're not steamrolling you over. Like, you're actually making these girls work for these victories. Like, you making them work. They
Yes.
can't come in and beat you easy. I mean, what? I mean, is it something that you just instinctively fighting? You just know how to do?
No, no, it's not. No, it comes, it's very long hours. It took me a while to finally get the jab. It was 1,000 jabs until I get it right, get it constantly over and over and over again. So the stand up that y'all are seeing is the beginnings of it, of me sort of starting to understand, and how to place things now. So,
Now, I got to go back to one of your fights that I thought you was winning,
uh-huh.
and then she poked you in the eye. I was like, are you
Oh,
serious? Like, how did the eye poke affect the actual outcome of that fight?
um, I don't really think it affected the fight. It's just something that just threw me off. I'm not gonna call it an excuse of losing, but yeah, it threw me off my game once that happened. So, but I mean, shoot, it happens.
But you was piecing, hey, you was piecing Barbara,
Yeah,
you was piecing Barbara up pretty good. I mean,
yeah.
you was giving like 1-2 combination, boom. Then you start hitting her with that right hand. You got a
Uh-huh.
you got a powerful right hand.
Thank you.
Yeah, because she was feeling those punches. She kept backing up, and it looked like she was trying to set you in for a trap, but you kept the offense going.
Hmm.
So now was that fight a short notice fight too?
Yes, it was. Mhm.
So
And then all these fights are in my weight class. I'm a 115 fighter, and so I have to keep on going up in weight to fight all these girls. So I'm already at a slight disadvantage, But the fight that I have coming up, it's at my weight. So
wait a minute. So when is this fight happening? Because I definitely got to broadcast it as loud as I can.
November 4th on Global Knockout.
Hmm.
It's out in Jackson, California.
So you actually get to have a semi-full camp for this fight.
Yes.
This is
Hmm.
gonna be your fifth fight in 2017. This is gonna be
Yeah.
fight number
Is that
five.
right? Is
This
that
this
right?
this is fight number five.
Hmm.
Fighters don't do that today. Like, tell me, why do you think a lot of these fighters they don't want to fight 3 to 5 times a year?
I don't think it's about the fighters. I think it's the promotion if they ready to bring them back so soon if they have an opponent for them too, and because the new type of fighters that we have now, we don't do a lot of the hard sparring. We don't spar hard all the time like they used to back in the day. So most of us um, can go have turnarounds and fights, but sometimes it's just hard for them to find fights or the pay not be right for them, because there have been fights that we have had to turn down because the pay was not good enough.
Fighting 5 times in 1 year. It seemed like you just saying, look, anybody want to come get some work, you can come get some work. That's
Yeah, as long as the pay is right, oh yeah, you can get this work.
that's actually the name of my podcast too. Come get this work.
Oh, oh, okay.
That is awesome. So now, I noticed when I was doing my research on you, I always see you, like sporting the military. So do you actually have a military background?
Yes, I used to be in the Army. I was 82nd Airborne, stationed in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I was an airborne cook.
Okay, so I guess you cook a lot of good meals at home, you know, for the family since you know.
Well, not while I'm weight cutting, but yes, I do.
But your coach, your manager, and your trainer, he makes sure that you don't eat that good food while you are fighting, correct?
Oh, yes, he does.
Now, how instrumental has your coach slash your husband been this point in your career?
Oh, he's the number one pushing force. If there wasn't him, there would be no Pretty Assassin.
Hmm. Okay.
So he's everything behind it.
Now, do you guys sometimes y'all get at each other's throats sometimes when y'all sparring, or does he always watch your food and you be like, I just want to eat this today?
Um, Not when I'm not in cutting weight, he doesn't bother me about what I eat. So, 'cause I think I eat pretty well. So the only time he'll say something about me eating something is like when I'm cutting weight and be like, "Oh, look, you didn't had a little, you getting another plate or something like that." So,
He be owe you. Okay.
yeah.
But that's what a good coach do.
Hmm.
Now I'm sure you guys, y'all leave everything at the gym, and then when y'all get home, do y'all just function just like any normal family?
Uh, we do, but sometimes when I have a hard session, I have to calm down, decompress a little bit. So I'll stop looking at him like a coach and start back looking at him like a husband. I need time to calm down.
I hear you. I've seen some of your prior interviews, and I'm like, she don't seem like she would go in there and beat up somebody. And then I see you get into the octagon. You got this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like you turn into a whole nother like person when you're in that octagon. And it's like you got this look on your face. You biting on your mouthpiece. You like, "Ah," you doing that,
Uh,
and then you throwing these hard punches. I mean, Is that something that's just in you, like to be an aggressive fighter?
Oh, no, no, it's not, but it's something that comes out when you get in there because you have somebody over there that's working for the same goal that you want, and they're in your way. And if they can do something to me, they're gonna do it to me to hurt me. So it's like I gotta go get it first.
Wow. Now, one of your best fights that I thought, well, I don't know, you can disagree with me if you want to, but you fought Jamie Navaria, and I hope, see, I'm bad at names. I got this southern accent, it's bad. But one of your best fights that I thought that you did well in, against Jamie Navaria, um, could you kind of take us like back through that fight, the events that led up to your victory in there? I think it's
Um,
Jamie Lee. I think that's her name.
yeah, I know who you're talking about, Queenie. That's how I got the URCC 125 belt for that fight.
Oh, so you should have
Um,
held that belt up in the interview so we could see it. Ah, that's okay.
oh, I'll have my husband get it for you. You hear? Okay. Well, it's always starts off with my husband whispering positive stuff in my ear and things like that as we standing there ready to walk up to the cage. And then we walk out there, I get in the cage and I don't know if I moved around in this fight because I get so nervous where I just want to go and stand there and I don't want to move. And my husband's always like, run around, move, do something. So I'll try and force myself to do. I don't know if I did that time. And then waiting on her, and then like when it the bell rings, it's always like the beginning. It's like it feels like a dream. Feels like it's a dream until you get contact. And all I heard, so we both had the same name, and her coach was saying, Jamie, it's your time. And it was like, it felt like he was talking to me. And
Wow.
that's when I had hit her and dropped her. And I was shocked that I dropped her. Chased her, and here, you see it?
Look at the belt, y'all. She's showing us the belt. That thing is shining. Look at this, y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Oh man, that's a wow. That's some gold on your waist
Thank
right
you.
there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
But yeah, so the coach whispered, Jamie, it's your time, and it felt like he was talking to me. And she went to do a single leg takedown. Was she? Yeah, she did a single leg takedown, and she had her head on the wrong side.
mhm.
And so I sat there, ate up her head, threw some elbows and stuff like that. And I tried to pull her off to lift her up like that. And I was like, oh, why am I doing this? And I sunk in the guillotine right in there and lifted her up and moved around. And my husband was like, you got it, you got it. And then he started counting. And that's when she went to sleep.
Wow. Jamie, I'm sorry. I'm still in shock that I'm talking to you, and you gotta forgive me because I'm a fan of just combat sports. But so if I'm like I'm real happy, I'm excited. But and
Okay.
then and then your husband, the guy I saw over there, he's over there like this man is literally taking somebody with no fight experience, and then you put a guillotine on somebody. A
Yes.
guillotine. I mean,
Hmm.
come on, that's exciting right there, man. Okay, a guillotine, and and that's what somebody again you have to reiterate, y'all guys, y'all looking at this video, y'all watching, guys, you have to understand this woman has less than 2 years experience in mixed martial arts, and this is what she's doing. She's taking these fighters to the limit. She's making these girls respect her game, and that's what's going on here, y'all. So wow, it's man, amazing, amazing, especially the
Thank you.
guillotine. Well, let me ask you. So, when you were fighting Barbara, I noticed that you did a veteran move. Okay, she had you against the cage, and it looked like she was going to start throwing a barrage of punches. And now this is after the eye poke.
Hmm.
I watched you do a low leg knee hyperextension, and you kicked her, and you extended her knee, and it's like you created separation.
Uh-huh.
That's a veteran move. And then on top of the spinning back fist, like that's a weapon for you. Like, how did your husband help you perfect those moves?
repetition, doing them over and over again.
Okay,
Hmm.
so is it more of a timing thing with the spinning back fist?
Yeah, with the spinning back fist, it is a timing thing. You should probably only throw one in a fight. I think I threw a couple, but once you throw one, then if they're a smart fighter, they won't be there for another one if you keep on throwing it.
Mm. Wow. I mean, it was. I mean, it was impressive because you landed one that landed solid, connected,
Yeah.
and then it's like she kind of backed up a little bit, and then you start letting your offense go again. I mean, like you're in. It's amazing you're in all of your fights. I mean, what do you think would be the outcome if you had maybe 8 to 10 years experience?
I will probably be a beast.
You're a beast right now. I mean, but
Well,
I know what you're saying.
they probably wouldn't be able to stop me any kind of way.
Yeah, I can definitely see that because you fight with a lot of passion and you fight with a
Hmm.
lot of heart too. Because I notice like when you get hit, you don't panic. Like you're very very calm. You're extremely calm when you
Uh-huh.
take a hit and you're thinking.
Hmm.
And you just don't see that with a lot of fighters that with little to no experience. They panic. I've seen experienced
Yeah.
fighters. Okay, I've seen them take a hit and they panic and they make a mistake, but you generally you don't panic. Like I've
Hmm.
noticed that your mistakes come from just the lack of experience.
Hmm. Yes, you are correct.
Oh, did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Really? Wow. Okay. Well, as long as it makes your
Yeah,
husband happy now, I'm happy too.
we have to it's 'cause where we are, we have to go travel so I can get touches and stuff like that. 'Cause the people that we train with here, they're all beginners, so it's like I'm teaching them all the time. So it just gives me good cardio and then I get a lot of one-on-ones. But in order to touch people, I have to go away. So it's like I'm learning in the cage and that sucks to have to learn getting it with with a fight that counts, you
Okay.
know. Yeah, so it's like I didn't, do the amateur stuff. I was too old in the game. Just let's go ahead and make this money, because being an amateur, I understand that as younger and stuff like that, or if you can't protect yourself, you shouldn't go pro. I don't suggest a lot of people do it, but you know, I didn't have a lot of time, so it's like we got to learn what everybody learned growing up. I got to learn it like right yesterday.
So you have to learn on the fly. So,
Mhm.
but you're getting a lot of opportunities. And I watched you do your interview before you fought Andrew KGB Lee, and
Uh-huh.
you had some really some nasty critics. Well, why is she fighting in the main event? She lost her last fight, and I like
Mhm.
how you handled the question. I like how you handled it. You said, why not? And to the extent now, quote me. I mean, make sure I'm saying it right, but you said, why not just think positive? Why not just
Mhm.
be positive instead of thinking so ill will? I mean, I think it was to the extent of that. I can't remember exactly your words, but it was something in the form of positivity.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, you're gonna have those keyboard warriors who you'll never, ever, ever meet. And even if you do meet them, they'll lie about who they are. They'll act like they didn't even say that. So it's like, you know, being a MMA fighter is the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. You know, when you lose, you could be doing everything right, but then when you lose, the social media make you feel like you're a piece of crap. So you got to have thick skin and understand that everybody is not going to love you, and some days everybody might hate you, or make fun of you. So you just got to have thick skin.
Well, you got thick skin, you got a thick chin. Look, I mean, but you handled it well, and yeah, and I understand what you mean about the keyboard warriors because I get them all the time on my channel, and
Yeah.
they try to explain, like one guy was trying to explain to me about, a triangle hold, and I'm like, well, on your back, a triangle hold is pretty effective. I mean, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well, but some people, casual fans, think that if you're on your back and with BJJ, they think you're at a disadvantage, but no, you can slap a triangle hold on somebody and there you go.
Yeah. But we need those people, those little critics, because they're the ones that spend their money on this, to go to fights and stuff like that. And then, you know, because I always have people tell me, oh, you should have did this in a fight. And I don't, it's like one ear out the other. Like, you can't tell me
She
anything.
don't say that. You know what she
I don't
says?
say that to
She
them.
says, "Let me see you get in there.
Oh.
Well,
Let me see what you can do."
here's what I've also done too with these type people. I asked them to actually have live debates with me. Come on live, and it's an uncomfortable thing. So it's much more easier for people to be negative behind a keyboard. To
Hmm.
an experienced fighter, you've got what, 9 fights, 8 fights,
Eight,
pro.
five,
You're 8 fights
eight.
pro,
Yeah.
and you don't have a losing record. You're less than 2 years experience. And then you've been on TV. I mean, how many of these people have ever been on national TV and actually had exposure? These people, they've never had this exposure. I mean, you have. You've had the
Yeah.
exposure. So you're already doing things that, people who criticize you, they'll never be able to do. So, I mean, I definitely commend you, for everything that you've done so far. And, I mean, you don't play around. I noticed you don't take no mess. You don't take nothing. I mean, is that the mama in you?
Um, well, Jesse says I'm a soft mommy. So I guess it's not the mommy in me. I don't know what it is in me.
So, your next fight coming up, and I think you may have said this. Sorry, it slipped my memory.
It's okay.
Who are you fighting?
Mercedes Campos. She is I think around that area. Is a pro debut fighter. I think she held a belt for KOTC.
Hmm.
So her amateur career was pretty good. So yeah, she's about to see if it's her time to be a pro.
You know what? And this is definitely not a disrespect to you, because I would never
Uh,
disrespect you. But I'm glad that you're getting somebody, because all of your fights, just about all of them, have been wars. You've been in
yeah.
that, and finally they give you somebody with little less than pro experience than you, so you can actually help your resume. I mean,
Hmm.
how do you feel about that?
I feel good. I feel like this is a awesome combat fight for me. Since I was on a losing streak, this will boost my confidence again.
You don't seem like you got a problem with confidence. I think you just want to beat up somebody again. I just,
Uh,
but
well,
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
to make me more confident in the ring, I should say.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I understand that completely. So your wrestling game, you
Uh-huh.
that double leg takedown. Okay, you've got that thing almost down to a science. Like, is that something that your coach, your husband, do you guys work on that? Like 1,000 repetitions a day with that too?
Oh yes, we don't do that many because that'll throw my poor thigh out. But
Mhm.
yes, we do repetitions with that as well, and we try other takedowns as well that work better for me. But I felt good when I did that takedown, because that was something that was just clicking as well. It's not something that I had been doing correctly. It was something that we were struggling with. So when I hit it, it felt really good that I hit it in a fight and it mattered.
Okay. Now, folks, y'all are hearing you're hearing Jamie, the pretty assassin Thornton, y'all. Listen, hit the like button so the video will spread out. Okay, let's get this video to 10,000 views. Let's just hit it, okay? Cause ain't no commercials going on in this video. Let's show Jamie. Look, we appreciate you. I mean, guys, I'm talking to the pretty assassin. Okay, she's right here live. Okay, I don't know what y'all believe that, but hey, but this is an opportunity. I'm glad to speak to this woman. And I'm not gonna hold you up too much longer. But I gotta ask you something. And I felt disrespected for you. What
Hmm.
is Sure Dog doing? Why they don't have your photograph in there yet? Now I'm upset about that.
Oh,
They need to
I don't
hurry
really
up.
go on Sure Dog
I've
that
sent it.
often. My husband said he sent my photograph to Sure Dog.
They need to hurry up because this was disrespectful. I felt disrespected. I felt that way, and I'm like, wait a minute, where the photograph at? Come on now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess he's on it.
I've
Okay,
been on it.
that's okay. I'm dead. Hey, guess what? I'm gonna call him too, man. Get this photograph in there. Come on. This is a veteran now. Get this photograph in Sure Dog. Let's get it going.
A veteran who started throwing punches last year.
Okay. See, and you heard it from Coach.
Fight.
Now,
a fight.
coach, let me ask you a question. What What are your wife's best attributes, whether it be psychologically, physically?
Well, if we're talking mixed martial arts, her best attributes would be the ability to stay inside of training and have faith and she can actually get it. Because we look at a lot of females in the mixed martial arts fight game, and it's not like they're any better than anybody else. It's just that they may have the right coaching, the right timing, and the right repetition on how to do something. So once you get it, it's kind of like your teacher saying, hey, you got to go over here and write this thing 100 times, and then you don't want to do it again, but you get good at writing. As you're writing that sentence out 100 times, you're getting better at number 50, number 51, number 52. And then you can actually go in there with these people that are better experienced, maybe come from a better gym, better background when it comes to mixed martial arts. And you can actually compete. So you can compete healthy. You can get in there and do it. She's proven it right now.
Yeah, I mean, 4 fights in a year. I mean, you guys are staying extremely healthy because that's a lot of fights. And now you coming up on number 5. I mean, that's people in this era, coach. They don't do 5 fights in a year.
Well, we didn't want 5 fights in a year,
Hmm.
but it comes from grinding. You know,
Hmm.
we've had to take fights that we didn't really want, that wasn't the perfect timing because of I knew down the line we'd be able to get something different. Taking the fight against Sabina Mazo, there was an opportunity to get Jamie out there on TV and get her noticed. You know, that was a very good fight. Jamie was winning that fight. She ended up getting caught. It's okay because a lot of people end up getting caught. We went back, we fixed some things. And then we had a couple of more fights lined up, but girls pull out on us at 115 pounds. Sometimes these promotions don't want to put the money behind the training. We're 2.5 hours away from what in Las Vegas at Extreme Couture. So that's money and gas. You know what I mean? It's only so many sponsors going to send money down here to send Jamie up and down the highway so she can actually get the right touches in Las Vegas. So if the promotion isn't willing to pay the fighter who's going to show up, going to do the blood work, going to be able to take a urinalysis and pass, going to get in there and fight, if they're not willing to pay that, then Jamie's going to have to be scratched from that promotion. So it's been many promotions that we've had contracts with where it just hasn't came through. Girls pull out on Jamie. Only good fight offer she get is at 125 pounds, which Jamie walks around 126 and a half. You know, so she's going there against bigger girls eating bread and water, you know, just to
Yeah.
try to get up to 130. That's very, very difficult, but we'll take that. As long as the money's right, Jamie's not getting no younger, and now she's 4-4. We got a multi-fight contract with LFA. We got a good home in Las Vegas. We're moving to Hawaii. We'll have a home over there. So it's like Jamie's fresh again. And guess who her next opponent is? A pro debut who's been out there on the amateur scene making noise, and it's going to be a very, very good fight. So this is one of her very first even fights, if you can call it even, that she's had a fight camp for, although we fought KGB within that fight camp. But she's been training. She's been in shape. She's learned. She should be able to go in there and be the bigger fighter. And just like I said, she throws 2,000 jabs, so those first few jabs should be on the money, pinpoint accuracy. You know, she does 2,000 takedowns, so those takedowns should be there. You know what I
And,
mean?
and coach and guys, y'all listening to this, man. I want y'all to listen to the faith that this man has. You know, I want you guys to look at this man and look at the faith that he has. See, this is what a coach's supposed to do. Okay, this is what a coach how he's supposed to conduct himself. This is what he's supposed to do. And I can see I'm motivated by you right now. I'm motivated by talking to you. I mean, I want to go out there and go, go exercise again today. I mean, I'm motivated because I can see why Jamie fights the way she fights, and it's because she's got a strong supporter. First of all, you're doing some of the groundwork. You're behind the scenes most of the time, but you're doing the things that she needs to get better. I mean, let me ask you this, coach, and this might be going out there in way into the future. Do you see Jamie actually getting contracted into the UFC?
It's funny you say that. So getting contracted into the UFC. Jamie has a very good story. That was one of the reasons why we want to go ahead and get out there and throw some punches. You know, she's don't have a background, so I always call her a hybrid. Jamie can go anywhere in the fight. Right now, she doesn't have really experience that we really want because she's fighting such high-level girls, but it's coming. You know, you can't keep calling Jamie into these last-minute fights and then one day she don't surprise somebody. You know what I mean? One day it's going to come together and it's going to click. So, yes, I can see them giving her a call very soon. Just a little background on that. We had a contract in to go into the UFC Tough House at 115 because they was doing 125 and 115. Then I got an email that said, hey, we're only going to do 125, but we know that Jamie's on our radar. So that's good. Now, here's the trick. We're going to move to Hawaii in a few months with the military, and then I'm going to retire soon in the next 3 years. But we're going to be out there with Max Holloway and 808 Top Team. If UFC ever comes to Hawaii to do a UFC Hawaii, Jamie's going to be right there. You know what I mean? She's going to be right there. So they're always going to want ticket sellers. So when you come to Hawaii, the ticket sellers are going to be people who will actually live there that can actually sell tickets. By Jamie being affiliated with the military, yeah, we put 500 butts in seats. So, of course, I do believe if she continues, and she can stop anytime she wants to, by the way, but if she continues, I can only see, she'll get her fight in the UFC.
And Coach, I was just about to ask you too, man, but you kind of hinted on it a little bit. Do you and Jamie, do y'all go into different gyms and actually let her spar against different fighters, or is it more or less like you and her, you know, spar the fighters that's in your gym?
Oh, negative. She beats up everybody around here in my gym and on this military base, and then we have to go other places. Shout out to Joe Stevenson over at Cobra Kai. He always invites us in. So we get a lot of touches over at Joe Stevenson's house. Shout out to Syndicate out in Las Vegas. We go there and get a lot of touches. And a big shout out to Extreme Couture because they're always welcoming, and we can go in there and throw punches and get hit in our face, and we can do some hitting. So, yes, it's going to happen. She spars with everybody from females that you see in the UFC now to females that's not in the UFC, even guys. You know, who goes to church? What's that little wrestler name? Number 2 in the world. Anyway, Benavidez. Who pops up and gets one-on-one with Benavidez for free? Wow. Not nobody. Not nobody.
Not nobody, y'all. Coach,
right.
Coach keeping it real. Coach is real. Man.
Yeah. So when you go into Extreme Couture, that's a home environment. They don't have any egos, and we get invited in there, and we can take 2, 3, 4 classes, plus we can do the pro-am practice. So the doors are opening for her because she's willing to step in there doing other people's training camp and give them work. And she gets noticed like that no matter what gym we go to, unless we get kicked out. We've been kicked out of gyms for going too hard.
What? Come on, Coach. Nah. They don't kick you out the gym. Coach, no, man. Come on.
Yeah, we was escorted to the parking lot, but it's okay. Life goes on.
They escorted you, but I don't think they handled you to the parking lot, Coach, because I know you ain't having it.
You know how it is. I mean, we was trying to be respectful, but sometimes, sometimes it happens.
Yes, sir.
But Extreme Couture, you know, if anybody's in Las Vegas, always stop there and check them out, whether you're just stopping in, shaking some hands, or actually going to get some training in.
Wow. Okay. Well, Coach, I'm gonna wrap this interview up, man, in the next minute. And basically, man, it's been fun talking to you and Jamie. It's been real fun. If I can get Jamie to do one more thing for me, do a drop for me.
What?
A drop? What's a drop?
You know, hey, my name's Jamie Thornton. This is Coach Sheldon Harrison, live.
Oh, yeah, she can do that. Just
Okay.
put her on her radio. She might have to take 2 or take 3 sometime. Maybe take 1,000. Here
Yes.
she is.
Hey, man, I'm patient. Coach. I'm patient, man.
What was that again?
All right, so what you got to say, or you can say, hey, this is Jamie Thornton, the Pretty Assassin. You're watching Coach Sheldon Harrison live.
Okay. All right, so this is Jamie Thornton, Pretty Assassin. You're watching Coach Harris live. My bad. Take 2, cut.
All right, there it is. Okay, so.
Sheldon Harris.
Oh, Lord, Jesus, help her.
God.
Oh, bro.
Coach Sheldon Harrison.
Say that again.
Coach Shelton Harrison.
Shelton Harrison.
Yes, ma'am.
Coach Shelton Harrison
Yes.
live.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hi. Or am I supposed to say
Oh
hi?
man,
Hey.
take four.
Go right ahead. You can say hi. Look, this is your show.
Okay.
I'm asking you.
All right. This is Jamie Thornton, the pretty assassin. You're watching Coach Shelton Harrison live.
She said that beautifully. That's what I said. Got it.
Thank you.
Well, definitely, hey guys, on behalf of the pretty assassin and Coach Thornton, definitely I want to thank you guys for your time this Sunday. And anybody y'all want to thank? Oh well, okay. Coach, thank some people. Anybody you want to thank, Jamie?
Just to all my sponsors, shout out to what was the name of the mouth guard place? Mouth guard shop out in Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada. You go there, you drop my name, you get 40% off. Aqua bags, awesome bags. Use them for my training. Have them in my garage. I think that's all the sponsors right now.
40% off, y'all. 40% off. Hey, now, do you sell like, because some fighters sell things, do you sell like Jamie Thornton shirts? Do you have like a website?
Not yet, but Pretty Assassin riot gear coming soon.
Okay, Coach, you got to keep us up to
Already
date.
patented.
Okay, he's got a patent, so some of you keyboard warriors, don't you steal an idea, because we'll be on y'all. All right, and that's it. Well, thank you.